So, if you're a dentist looking into SEO, you've probably noticed something kind of crazy. The pricing is all over the place, right? One quote might be for a few $100 a month, and the next one is for several thousand. So, what's the deal? Okay, let's dive in and clear this up. Look, the first instinct is to ask, how can I find the cheapest SEO? But that's really the wrong question. The right question is, what am I actually paying for, and what's the real value I'm getting? Because honestly, when it comes to growing your practice, choosing the lowest bidder can be the most expensive mistake you ever make. So in this explainer, we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk about what a real dental SEO strategy actually includes. Then, we'll get into why the prices are so different. And we'll expose the serious risks of so-called cheap SEO. And finally, we'll help you shift your focus from just cost to what truly matters, your return on investment. To understand the price, you've got to understand what you're actually buying. Effective dental SEO isn't just flipping a switch. It's a full-on, comprehensive strategy that's always running, designed to make your practice the absolute no-brainer choice for new patients searching online. A solid strategy has a lot of moving parts. It starts with optimizing your website pages for the exact words and phrases potential patients are typing into Google. Then there's your Google business profile. That map listing is absolutely critical for local searches. From there, it's about building your practice's authority online with backlinks and local business listings, creating useful blog content that answers real patient questions, and of course, making sure your website is technically healthy so search engines can actually read it properly. Okay, so now that you see how much actually goes into it, let's look at the four main reasons why one SEO plan costs way more than another. The first one is simple: the scope of work. A basic plan might only do one or two little things, like updating a couple of page titles and calling it a day. But a truly comprehensive strategy brings everything we just mentioned together: the on-site, the off-site, the technical stuff, plus content creation and detailed reporting so you know what's working. The more complete the strategy, the more time and expertise it's going to take. Next up, and this one is huge, is your local market. I mean, think about it. Trying to rank #1 in a small town with maybe 3 other dentists is one thing. But trying to compete in a major city like Dallas, where you're up against hundreds of other practices, that's a completely different fight. The more competition you have, the more aggressive, and yeah, the more expensive your strategy needs to be to stand out. The starting point of your website also really matters. If your site is already modern, fast, and built correctly, then the work can jump right into getting results. But if your website is, say, a decade old and doesn't work well on a phone, it might need a ton of foundational work first, just to get it up to speed before any real SEO can even begin. And finally, who are you hiring? A generalist freelancer might give you a lower price, but a specialist dental marketing agency brings a proven playbook. They get the nuances of marketing high-value services, like dental implants or Invisalign. They know exactly what it takes to get the right patients in your chair. Sure, that expertise costs more, but it is far, far more likely to deliver a real return. And this brings us to a super important point. It is so tempting to just go with the lowest price you can find. But cheap SEO can end up costing your practice a fortune in the long run. I mean, just look at this contrast. The low-cost providers often use outdated or shady tactics that can actually get your website penalized by Google. They'll use generic, cookie-cutter content, and you'll never see a clear report. A real strategic partner, though, builds a custom strategy focused on your patients with transparent, data-driven reports. The bottom line is pretty simple. One is just wasted money, and the other is an actual investment in growth you can measure. This is why we have to reframe this entire conversation. It's not about finding the cheapest service out there. It's about investing in a genuine growth partner for your practice. Because this right here is the whole point. Good SEO isn't just about getting a high ranking for some random keyword. It's about creating a predictable, reliable pipeline of new patients who are actually calling your office and booking high-value appointments. That's the real return. A great SEO strategy should pay for itself many times over with the new patients it brings in. All the insights from this explainer are based on the great work from the team at Clear to Launch Healthcare Marketing, who specialize in helping dental practices tackle these exact kinds of challenges every day. So as we wrap things up, I want to leave you with one big question to think about for your own practice. Do you see your marketing as just another expense line item to be minimized? Or do you see it as a strategic investment in the long-term, predictable growth of your practice? The way you answer that will tell you everything you need to know about your next move.